Hey guys and gals, welcome back to my work area. What you're looking at here is something that I showed in a mail call in one of my previous videos. This is the Woodland Scenics power substation. It's very nicely detailed, but you pay a lot of money for an item and you get stuff that's not really 100%. And what am I talking about? Number one, I don't have a pointer, but look down here, you can see that that's warped. And if you look at the framing is kind of crooked also, especially when you look at it from this angle. Now you might not be able to see it very much here on video, but when you see this in person, you see how tweaked it really is. So, I'm disappointed. I'm not going to send it back because that'll take forever to get it back to me. And most likely a second one will be just as bad. Next thing, they should put a warning inside the package. Why am I saying that? Because if you look up here in the top, on each corner, there are these, I don't know, I guess antennas or whatever they are, but they are pointy. I stabbed myself twice with those things. Let me see if I can get it better. Yeah, there you go. And they're metal. They're like little pins. Anyhow, because I bought this, I was looking to say, okay, what do I have that will go with this? So I was in my shed looking for other stuff to start putting on the layout. And I came across this package that was given to me quite a while ago. It was from Matt, and I will give you his link in a little bit. He had sent me this stuff, and I really wasn't sure how I was going to use it. Now, I know how I'm going to use it. He sent me telephone poles, pre-wired, and then the utility poles that go along with it. Now, let me show you. He had sent me an awesome package of goodies, man. And this is going back a couple of years. Nat, I am sorry if I never showed this. I'm pretty sure I did. But if I didn't, we're going to go with it now. So, let's put these guys out of the way. Now, also, this new layout, I am going to detail as much as I possibly can. So, these telephone poles and these utility poles, I just ordered a bunch of them. So, they're not that expensive, but it does add up when you start buying a bunch of them. Other stuff that Matt had sent me were these street lights. Again, they're Woodland Scenics, and these are the plug and play. He sent me 4 packs of those, so those would definitely be going in my downtown area. Even though they got wooden poles, that's okay. You know, I don't care about all the aesthetics of all this kind of stuff. And also, he sent me these sheet lamps. And these ones, and these ones. So, like I said, I'm going to try and detail this layout as much as I possibly can, and we'll go from there. Anyhow, I'm going to take you out to the layout, and I'm going to show you what I have accomplished out there, and we'll see how it goes from there. So stay tuned, and we will be back shortly. Okay, boys and girls, welcome back to my training room. And this is going to be layout rebuild number 9. Can you believe that already? Number 9? Anyhow, what I did here is I did a little staging just to give you an idea what this is going to look like here. The track on this side of the table is totally connected. So all I got to do now is get some power to it, and I'll be able to do some switching in this area. Oh yeah. That power substation I showed you guys is going to go there. And I want you to look at this and see if you could see how crooked it really is. I can't believe that. For $55, $56, whatever I paid for that. It's just silly. Anyhow, That's what that looks like. Let's go from the other side here. And like I said, there'll be, of course, there'll be ground cover in here and some other concrete pads and so on and so forth. All right, let's move over to the island. The island is totally connected also. Just need to get power there. We could do some switching. In fact, I might do a little bit of a switching up only using my hands because I don't have power on it. So I would take the locomotive and move them and this and that and the other thing. But anyhow, I found another spot to put one of my other scratch builds. And that is this guy right here, which is Mariani. He will get tankers and hoppers. And then over here on this side, this was going to be just the tanks. But again, another one of my scratch builds right here. I want to incorporate it. So now I've just made one huge, gigantic industry. And this here, like I said, it's getting close to doing a little op session. We'll play around with this in a little while. All right, let's see what we can get into next. Talk to you guys in a little bit. This side here, oh my God. What a mess. All right, talk to you guys later. Bye. I am proud to announce that my entire layout is connected. And as you can see, as this table was a little earlier, is now all cleaned up. I have staged a couple of locomotives in the engine facility, staged a couple of cars in the yard, a couple of locomotives sitting there at the engine facility. Connected this track out to the Baja Ready Mix. Connected the track out to Mariani. And all the track here in Western Refining is all connected. The only thing I have left to do is, as I was going through the procedure of how this is all going to work, I said that this one track here, this track closer to us, was going to be a helper track. Well, if the train comes in on this track right here, okay, which is going to be the arrival and departure track, he goes down to the end, comes back on this side here. Now the objective is to get to these track here so he can get into the engine facility. But the way I had it, this track, the one closest to us, was just going to be a dead-end track. So the locomotive that's coming here cannot get to this track. So what I had to do, or what I am going to do, is I am going to put a turnout right there, and that'll solve that problem. Anyhow, this is a view from a different angle. And I said I was going to do the switching here, but you know what? I think I'm just going to save that for when I get some power up on the layout. So, speaking of the power, that is the next daunting project, is to get under the table and start running cables and bus lines and all of that kind of stuff. Anyhow, I hope you guys and gals enjoyed this video. And as always, your questions, comments, input, subs, shares, and likes are always welcome. For now, that's all, folks. GeminiScaleModelWerx out for now. Bye.